Hey, what's going on, everybody? David here. Today I'm going to talk about Masters of the Universe. The Masters of the Universe movie finally came out this past weekend, and it is a movie that I have been waiting for over 40 years. A lot of people are talking about how they grew up in the 80s as a kid watching the Masters of the Universe cartoon, playing with the He-Man toys. I was one of those kids. I'm a child of the 80s. I still remember Christmas morning waking up to Castle Grayskull under the Christmas tree, reenacting battles between He-Man and Skeletor with my friends, just loving He-Man and the whole world of Masters of the Universe. So I was super excited when this movie got announced. Double excited when I first saw the trailer because it was finally happening, and I could not wait for this movie. I even took the day off, used a vacation day at work just to go see the movie, and I loved it. I love this movie. Now, I went in with the only expectations, the only things I wanted from this movie were for it to feel like the cartoon, and I wanted to feel like I was watching the action figures that I played with as a kid on the big screen fighting each other. And it did that and more. This movie is a fantastic interpretation of the 80s Masters of the Universe cartoon. Nicholas Galitzine, who plays Prince Adam and He-Man, did an amazing job. Great casting. Camila Mendes, who plays Teela, was phenomenal. Idris Elba, who plays Man-at-Arms, nailed the role. Idris Elba is awesome, really, in anything that he's in. Jared Leto as Skeletor was beyond phenomenal. And Alison Brie as Evil-Lyn was like she walked straight off of the cartoon and onto the big screen. All these characters felt like the characters, and that was great to see. So I saw the movie at AMC, and they were giving out these really cool small posters here. Like right here. This is really cool. It said online that they were going to give a metal poster, but I didn't see any of the metal posters. I just saw that poster, so I'm going to get a frame for that and hang it up. And then right after the movie, we went to Target, and I found these two figures. Now, I don't really buy action figures much anymore, just because the prices are so outrageous. I don't think like $30 for an action figure is worth it, regardless of the figure, but that's a discussion for another day. But these right here were $9.95. $9.99, whatever. Maybe they were $10.99, but you get my point. They were super cheap, and they're a really good figure too. Like, you can see like the scale next to Ram Man right here. So I picked up He-Man and Beast-Man. Beast-Man was amazing in the movie. I loved Beast-Man. Ram Man, phenomenal. I mean, they really did Ram Man justice, and just seeing Ram Man on the big screen, that was incredible. We got Ram Man, Trapjaw. We got Triclops. There could have been a little bit more Triclops in the movie, but I digress. We got a lot of Beastman. Mechanic was amazing. Fisto was a huge part of the movie. And yes, they did go into the jokes, the Fisto jokes. So I thought that was pretty hilarious. I loved it. And not to go into too many spoilers, because I don't want to give away the entire movie. What happens is that it starts with Prince Adam as a young child, and Skeletor attacks the kingdom of Eternos. King Randor and Queen Marlena take Adam to Castle Grayskull, and while King Randor is trying to fend off Skeletor's army, the sorceress gives Adam the sword of power, and sends him to Earth. Prince Adam's mom is from Earth, so he goes to Earth, gets separated from the sword as a kid, and like 15 years later, he's been on the hunt for the sword, trying to get back home. And he finally does. He finally finds the sword. Teela comes to rescue him while Beast-Man is attacking. And they go back to Eternia, and they work on saving Eternia from Skeletor. That's just me summarizing the movie right there. A lot more happens. I don't want to give it away. But it felt like an episode of the cartoon. It was colorful. It was action-packed. It was hilarious. I loved every second of it. It's exactly what I wanted. There were a few exceptions, but it pretty much checked all the boxes off. spoiler warning. I wish there would have been more Battle Cat. I was hoping for a Battle Cat transformation. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. But yeah, that was pretty much the only kind of disappointment, is there wasn't much Battle Cat. But they did address that in the movie. Even Cringer himself said, maybe he'll get armor next time. So kind of like War Machine in the first Iron Man.
Next time, baby.
It was the same concept. So hopefully in the next movie we get the full Battle Cat transformation. And another spoiler here. So if you don't want to know this spoiler, please stop watching if you plan on seeing He-Man and you don't want this spoiled. We got the end credit teaser of a PSA. We got a moral lesson at the end of the movie, which is one thing that I wanted more than anything. If it was going to be a true Masters of the Universe movie, there had to be a moral lesson at the end, and we got one. And it was delivered by Orko. Orko was not in the trailers, so they saved this surprise for the end, and it's something that didn't even get spoiled at all for me. I'm so happy it didn't. And it was funny. Orko delivering the moral lesson, and if you watch in the background on the right side, you see another character that wasn't in the advertisements. He wasn't in the movie at all, except for this one moment. You got Merman. Merman, my favorite Masters of the Universe villain, was there in the background there where Orko was given the moral lesson. And then we get a teaser for the future of the Masters of the Universe movies. They introduce She-Ra, Princess Adora, Adam's twin sister. A little tease. They show Man-at-Arms talking to Queen Marlena, and they talk about how soon they will both be back. They will both be returned to her. Then they cut to footage of the Sword of Protection. You see the sword with the jewel, She-Ra's sword. You get the little lightning special effects. You see She-Ra with her back turned, overlooking the Fright Zone, Hordak's base, and somebody comes up to her. I can't remember if it was Bo or who it was, but they call her Force Captain Adora, which is what her name was when she worked for Hordak. Hordak is the one who kidnapped Adora from her parents as a kid, as a baby, and brought her to Etheria. And she hears him call her Force Captain Adora, and she says, not anymore. And then they end it right there. So we're going to get She-Ra. Hopefully we get The Secret of the Sword as a movie, the first 3 episodes of the She-Ra show. Hopefully we get the He-Man She-Ra Secret of the Sword as a movie in itself. And yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm so happy they made it. Jurassic Park is my favorite movie of all time, but this movie is now number 2 just because of everything that it is. It's a perfect representation of Masters of the Universe. But I highly recommend going to see Masters of the Universe. Please go see it. Give this movie a chance and show that we want more. We definitely want more Masters of the Universe. This needs to be as big as Star Wars. There's so much lore, so much character story. They could do a lot more with Masters of the Universe, and I hope that they do, because I'll be there for it. TV shows, movies, you name it, I'm in 100%. Masters of the Universe was directed by Travis Knight, who was the director of Bumblebee. And if you watched Bumblebee the first, 10 or 20 minutes when they're on Cybertron, and you get those actual Gen 1 depictions of the Transformers characters, and now Masters of the Universe, Travis Knight can pull off any 80s franchise movie. I think he'd be perfect for it. He even said he's a child of the 80s. He grew up watching Masters of the Universe and Transformers. So I hope he gets more 80s properties. I know Amazon Studios, the ones who did Masters of the Universe, are also going to be doing Voltron. So give it to Travis Knight. Give Travis Knight Jem and the Holograms. Give Travis Knight She-Ra. Give him all, like, Thundercats, Cops. Give him let him do a Dino Riders movie. Give him every single 80s property that we got, and I think he's going to nail it, because he brought fandom to making this movie, and it shows, because it's a perfect depiction of Masters of the Universe. Let me know if you've seen Masters of the Universe and what you thought. Let me know who your favorite character was. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.